Hi y'all, good morning. Look at that sunrise back there. If I can get my finger in the right place, is that beautiful or what? It's gonna be an awesome day. We're going catfishing. I'm out here in my Hobie Lynx, basically paddleboard. We get into a big fish today. It's gonna be a good time. Come with me y'all, let's go do it. Well, let me tell you where we're at and what we're gonna be doing right fast, and then we're gonna take off and get after it. Big blues, big flatheads, you never can tell. Anything's possible today. But I've got our bait cut up here. I've got some skipjack today. Got the good stuff for us. Loaded up on those yesterday. They're good and fresh, but we're gonna take one rod. That's all I have with me today. Literally one catfish rod. And we're gonna take a stretch of this ledge on my paddleboard here. I'm in my Hobie Lynx. This is a basic setup. I do have my graph kind of just jimmy rigged together here. I took the whole contraption off my other kayak. I don't even have it mounted. The transducer's not in the water. We're not going to have access to like actual depth today, but what we will have is the map card and our speed, and that's what's going to be most important, because what I want to do, I want to keep us right here on this ledge, right on the bottom edge of the ledge as we work up this section of river channel here with these creeks that feed in periodically here. We're just going to take a big long stretch of this today, try to keep our speed about a half mile an hour and cover some water. And hopefully with our one rod, I'm telling you folks, we hook into something on this paddleboard, it's gonna be a dang good time, because this thing flies and it just kind of glides across the water. So when a fish takes off with us, we going on a sleigh ride. So let's get this bait on here. I'll show you the rig right quick, and then we're gonna take off and go. I'm gonna run the hook through that piece of meat right there. We're gonna get them scales off your hook point. That's very important. Always get them scales off. But that is a 10-aught size circle hook. Got 80-pound leader line. Got a float and some rattles just up from the hook. And this runs up to a inline dragging sinker. That goes up to 40-pound monofilament, and of course I've got my signature series Golly Whopper rod here from Catfish Sumo, Shimano Dakota Reel. So I'm gonna get this just going behind us, and we're gonna start letting out some line here, and I'm gonna get us up to speed here real fast as we let out this line. I'm not gonna run it super far behind us, probably, I don't know, 30 to 50 yards back. And then I'm gonna slow us down, and we're gonna go about half a mile an hour, like I said, just cover some water this morning. Now, for video purposes today, normally I run these videos off of my chest, like you're seeing the footage here now. Today, I'm gonna have y'all up there in the front seat, because I'm gonna have this rod going and this rod holder pointing the other direction. So y'all are gonna see the takedowns, and I got a feeling, man, it's gonna be awesome, and we get into a big fish today, and I'm hoping we do. This stretch of the river here, it's relatively shallow. We should be somewhere 22 to 25 feet deep right now, and this depth range lately has just been absolutely on fire. So fingers crossed, y'all. I'm optimistic. I can feel it in my loins. It's gonna be a good day, y'all. Oh, fish. Here we go. Oh, yes. That didn't take long, y'all. We got up here by this first creek, and boom, already hooked up. This fish has got us on the move, man. He's got us 1.4 miles an hour right now. This kayak is just so fast, it glides across the water. It don't take much to get you moving. So when a fish takes off, we're gonna spin quick, and we're gonna go for a ride. I'm gonna try to steer us over this way. We're gonna try to land him on this left side here. I've got almost on top of him now. Yeah, fun sizer. There he is, folks, a little fun sizer. I tell you, man, a fish like that can get us going over a mile an hour in this kayak. Imagine what's going to happen if we hook into 150 plus. It's going to be fun. Set a rod back there behind us. Grab hold of this thing if he'll let us. There we go. Come on in. All right, y'all. Fish number 1 off to a pretty good start. Didn't take very long. There he is. Hopefully that camera's crooked. That's all right. Nice start right there. A little fun sizer. Get out of here, buddy. He gone. All right, let's put us another bait on there. That fish, between him towing us backwards and the current while we've been fighting him here, we're actually down below where we hooked him at, which is perfect, because time I get baited up again, get our line out, we'll pull through the same area that we caught that fish. So if he's got friends, we'll have another bait in front of them too. There's our next piece of bait going out, just another hunk of skipjack. We'll set it behind us there, start letting out some line and get us back up to speed here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep us half a mile an hour. It's tough when you're pedaling, especially in this kayak. It's hard to go that slow. So we're probably gonna be 0.5 to 0.7, 0.8 for most of the morning out here, unless the current picks up some more, because we're going into the current. The faster the current goes this way, the easier it'll be for me to go slower into it. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on the screen down there. That graph, I mean, again, for depth purposes, useless to us because I don't have a transducer in the water. I haven't rigged up something to, hook it on here. But speed and map card, that's what I'm counting on with that graph today. Oh, there we go. There we go, y'all. I was on the dang phone. It's been about an hour since the last bite. Fish have lulled me into boredom here, but this one took off. You never know when that next bite's coming. All right, let's see what we got here. He's got us turned and going toward him. I don't think he's gonna be all that big, but he's not. He's just a dang dink, but I'm telling you, it don't take much to get you turned and spinning in this kayak. That's part of the fun of it. I took this thing down to the ocean back in the winter and had a blast catching sharks on this thing, and I've been wanting to do some catfishing in it, and just been in them dang slot tournaments where I need to catch a bunch of fish. And this setup here, I'm just obviously using one rod and stuff. So now that we're not in the dang slot tournament for this month, we can get out there and have some fun with no pressure of catching a certain number of fish or certain size of fish, just do our thing. So I'm gonna get us another bait on here, and we're gonna keep doing our thing up this ledge. Let's try one of these big head baits right here, folks. Let's see what we can get with it. I wanted to start with a body section. That way we could kind of hopefully get some action, get some fish right away, but the bite has been kind of slow. The first one we got bit with, right, quick, fast, in a hurry, just a few minutes. And the last one there, it's probably taken an hour. So go ahead and put a head bait on and just see if we can't bust something bigger, give a different cut of bait. Maybe the body section just ain't working today. Sometimes they do prefer one cut over the other. But that head bait, man, it's typically a big fish bait for me, so we'll see what happens with it. Well, something's after the head bait. Has he got it? I'm gonna speed up and try to set the hook. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Head bait goes down. We're right here in front of this creek. Not too far from where we got the last one. Oh, let me get the camera back in my chest here. Oh, maybe, I don't know if it's just this area right here in front of this creek, there's some fish, or maybe switching over to the head bait helped our cause. Either way, oh, this thing ain't big as nothing though. It's hard to tell. Look at this, we moving 1.4 down through here, just reeling ourselves toward this fish, because this kayak is just so lightweight, and the way it glides, it takes very little movement, either from the wind or a fish pulling you, to really get you on the move. So I'm telling you, we hook into a big one, we are in for a dang good time, man. There he is, another. That's a larger dink right there. Nothing to write home about, but it's another bite, man. Get out of here, you old fish. He's upset I called him a dink. was getting ready to switch baits. Oh, let me sit there just a second. I was getting ready to switch out our baits. And he hit it. See if he comes back for it. I've got that big head bait on. And I was going to switch it out to go to a smaller bait since we're not getting much action out here today. I don't know if it's just, you know, us doing what we're doing, poor technique, or maybe it's just these fish that have been through here. Maybe they're on the nest. It's that time of year. They could be spawning right now, so there may not be a lot of fish out here in this area. Either way, I was going to put on a smaller bait and see if I could help our cause, and then that one got hit. So we'll give it a couple more minutes, then I'm going to switch it out. Yeah, let's switch that big head bait out right there and try a smaller chunk. So we've done larger body sections. We've done larger head baits. Let's try going a smaller bait here. This one, of course, got the gut pocket cut out to make it even smaller. And when you cut the gut pocket out, what you end up doing, I don't know if you'll be able to see there on camera, you expose the spinal cord. And that has a lot of blood in there along the spinal cord. So even though it's a smaller bait, there's a lot of blood, a lot of scent that we're going to be putting out in the water. So we'll try that for a little while and then reevaluate from there. The smaller bait should at least get us some fish that maybe, I mean, smaller fish, for instance, can't even get that head bait in their mouth. So we have no chance of catching those. At least the smaller bait should get us some more action. And if we come across a bigger fish that's maybe a little lethargic or reluctant to eat today, maybe it'll take the smaller bait. Oh, okay, yep, he's hooked up. Well, the smaller bait didn't take long to get eat. Let's see what we got here on this one. I will say, folks, I knew we were going to have less action today, most likely, just from the fact that fishing with one rod. But I thought we would at least be getting bit a little bit more frequently than we have been, especially since I got the premium bait today in the skipjack. Hopefully going to the smaller section here, if nothing else, will get us some smaller fish like this until we can come across something of better quality, assuming that we do. Like I said, it's the time of year where a lot of these fish are just on the nest right now. They're just, it's spawning time here in Tennessee. Look, be careful, fish, you'll knock my graph off up there. That thing ain't mounted. This fish, he don't know what he's doing. Why don't you get on out of here if you're gonna act like that? Rude old fish. Let me know before I send this bait back out, and I'm gonna send that same piece out since it's just been down there a couple minutes. Let me just show you, if you're new to my channel or maybe you didn't watch my saltwater videos back in the winter where I was in this kayak, let me give you a quick walkthrough of this thing, how I've got it set up. As minimal as it is, there's not a lot on here as far as how I do have it set up. But up here on the front, y'all, just completely ignore the front. Like I said, I don't normally have a graph on this kayak. I try to keep it very bare bones, very basic, simple. So today I took the whole setup off my other kayak, battery box. I had to take the transducer, even though I'm not using the transducer, I had to take the whole contraption off because on this graph, the transducer wire and the power wire plug into one spot. So I couldn't just bring the head unit and the battery and be able to operate. Like I said, today, all we really need is that right there, that map card and the speed. That's all we're really relying on out here today. And the map card, I know from history, is pretty accurate for this particular area. Up here, this is a makeshift DIY camera mount that I had built there for the saltwater trip. This plugs into a ram ball, selfie stick, PVC, zip tied together, DIY redneck as it gets. But you know what, by gosh, it's functional. Now back here, I've got rod holders. Now normally I use these when I'm out making a bait run, I'm trolling for skipjack. They were also really good down in the salt water for the style of fishing I was doing, using the bait clickers and stuff for sharks. But for catfish, this setup, especially on the gear tracks here, not ideal. But today, with us fishing with one rod, and I can grab that rod very quickly when it goes down, it's fine for today, but not ideal. I'd like to have a more secure rod holder setup, especially if we were going to suspend fish for catfish. Today, these are fine though. Back here, I've got just cup holders, mainly for gear storage. I've got my gulp minnows for my ultralight trips here. I've got a bait knife here today. Other side, just water bottle and phone. It fits down in there perfectly. I've got paddle here. There's no internal storage on this kayak because it's basically a paddle board. So paddle is up on top for emergency purposes. Behind us here, I've got, of course, camera bag. I've got a basic milk crate with some PVC pipe there, zip tied to it for rod holder storage, small cooler, and then I've got my wheel system there for rolling the kayak to the truck and back and forth back there behind it. But man, and I've also got a little storage pouch here on the side for tools, gloves, things like that. But this kayak, man, it's very bare bones, very basic, very simple, and I love it. The more simple you can keep things, the more fun kayak fishing is, really, when you get right down to it. And this kayak, because I took it down, I mainly got it for my saltwater trips. Because it is, a paddleboard style, no internal storage, you can't sink the thing. This is foam wrapped in plastic, so it's super lightweight when you're, especially down there, you're pulling it through the sand and stuff. You can't get water inside it to sink it if you get out in bad weather or rough water, whatever. But the setup of it, the design of it, how it kind of glides across the water. I mean, you've seen these small fish today that we've caught. They get us turned instantly, and that's fun. That's when you're kayak fishing, like, that's fun. That's what I'm into. So I definitely want to do some more catfishing trips in this thing. It's just a matter of getting everything kind of dialed in, how we want to rig up rod holders, how we want to fish out of it as far as technique goes. That's kind of a work in progress. How I normally like to fish with like at least 2 rods, suspended baits, that's tough in this setup without a better rod holder system than I currently have. So we're just kind of adapting. Instead of, normally I get a kayak, I make the kayak kind of adapt to my style. I'm trying to adapt to what this kayak can do best, and that's a work in progress. But the fish we've got today, albeit small fish so far, they've been a lot of fun. So it's a matter of time before we hook into a big one in this thing. And boy, when we do, I'm gonna have a blast doing it. Because down there in the saltwater, man, I hook up them sharks, and everybody hates sharks. I love them. Those things, I mean, you are gone. They hook up, you get you, I can't get my words out. I'm excited just talking about it. But you get your drag turned down on them, buddy, and you're off. You're off to the races with them things. So anyway, let me quit flapping my gums. Not that I can get my words out anyway. We'll drop this bait back down and see what else we can catch. Oh, another one. Try to pedal right there, set the hook. All right. Maybe the small bait's what we need to do, y'all. All right, man. Small bait, if nothing else. It's getting us some action, and I wanna get some action today. I wanna get bit. It's amazing though. You're pulling on the fish, and they're pulling on you, and this thing just glides. I mean, like look at that right there, 1.6 miles an hour. And yeah, we're going down river here, but the current's like 0.2, 0.3. It's very light. But it's just the resistance, you know, you're pulling against the fish, they're pulling against you. And there's no resistance in the water in this kayak because of the hull design on it. So you just look at this fish showing out. I was trying to say, you just glide, man. It's awesome. Come on up. No, easy peasy. You wouldn't want to show out like that fish. I'd give you some front camera time, but he's just a larger dink anyway. Not really worthy of such a prestigious honor. All right, man. Let's get us another, we'll take another small chunk and we'll just keep going with it. Take another piece here. And again, I'm gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take, cause that, even a small sliver like this, because that's a larger skipjack, you can see the length of it. So we're just gonna take this knife here and cut the gut pocket out. I think that skipjack there, looks like it's still got some eggs in it, late spawner right there. But we'll take that small chunk. And I actually probably need to cut that fin off there too, just for, make it easier to get a hook up. Get rid of that, but that'll be our next bait. Just a small, it's about $half size, but certainly thicker, you know, just because of the size of the skipjack and the meat. But you can see all that blood there, man. You got all the blood and the oils in the meat itself, and of course the spinal cord there, you can see it's solid red. I mean, it's just nothing but blood right there. Oh, there we go. Well, that one feels like it might be a little better. Feels like it anyway. If I end up losing one of these fish, it's gonna be because I'm trying to grab that dang camera. Let's see what we got here. He certainly hit it with a little bit more passion, didn't he? Right here in this same area as the last one. We could be going over a big school of fish. We wouldn't know it because I can't see on the graph. No. Well, I tell you, the way you get moving in this kayak, it's hard to judge fish. But at least that's a good thing though, because I mean, even these small ones, I'd rather a small fish make me think it was bigger than it was than a big fish act smaller. You don't want up in here, fish. Act like somebody. All right, fish, you definitely ain't getting no front camera time. Get out of here. Well, there goes the next chunk out. We'll let out some line. I'm probably running these things, I don't know, 30 to 50 feet behind me. Not an exact science, that's for sure. Don't need to run them too far back. Very calm day out here, you know, no chop on the water or anything. The main thing when it comes to distance when you're dragging baits, for me anyway, is I want them things pulling through the water smoothly. So a day like today where it's calm, you don't have to have them very far back. If it's a day where you've got real choppy conditions or a lot of boat wake or whatever, you'll want to run them farther behind you. That way it's not as herky-jerky. You know, the longer line you have out, especially with the stretch and monofilament, it'll help smooth out how they pull. Is that a fish? Oh, that's a fish. Oh, now that one's gonna pull. He took a little line there till he got a spun. This one's a better one for sure right here, fish, or folks. Fumbling my words, man. Oh yeah. I don't want to get too excited yet because every one of these I thought might be a little better just based on how the kayak's moving. Has turned out to be smaller, but that one, he was taking some line while he was getting us spun. Now we're getting over here on top of him now. This is fun, y'all. Oh, he's coming up right under us too. Oh, he's gonna be, yeah, he is right under the kayak. Nice fish right there. That's a good one, buddy. That's a good one. That is a good fish right there. That's what I was hoping to get today. Nice, buddy. Nice fish. All right, one of you just reach down there and grab that fish for me, would you? Okay, I think he's done. Oh, buddy, look at that. Y'all, that is a nice blue cat right there. Oh, man. Y'all, I'm pumped up about that one. Oh, let me hold him up, y'all. How about that, man? We've had to cover some distance out here today, sort through a few small fish. but finally got one to take us on a real sleigh ride, and that was a blast, buddy. Small bait too, that little small chunk of bait. Moving to the smaller bait not only helped us get more action, but got us our biggest fish of the day. Sometimes it's the littlest changes that can make all the difference. Yes, buddy. All right. Well, let's let you go. Get on out of here. Oh, fist pump that one, by gosh. Yes. Now, I'll tell you this, folks. For this vessel, this kayak, that's a PB catfish for me. Now, obviously nowhere close to my biggest catfish of all time, but for this kayak, that's a PB. What do you say we do it again, folks? Right there's the next bait. Just another about, say, $half diameter in size and obviously thicker. That's what the last one eats, so I'm gonna get us turned back around. We'll let out some line, just keep making our way along. He's bound to have some friends down through here. Oh, I was trying to respond to a text and here we go. It never fails, somebody messages me or calls me, I'm gonna get bit every time. Oh, this feels like another good one right here too, y'all. It's either a good fish or he's in something. Yeah, I can't tell. Is this fish wrapped up in something down there? Or is it just another good fish? Oh, man, I can't tell. I think he's got us in something. I hope he comes out of it. I feel him on there. He's definitely got us in something down there, though. Okay, there he come. There he come. Okay. He had us. I don't know what's down there. Obviously, we don't have a graph to be able to know. Like, is it a tree or some kind of snag? But he's come free now. That's another decent fish right there. He's not as big as the last one, but that's another quality fish. Nice. No, don't get me all soaking wet here, fish. These people don't want to be soaking wet today. You just grab hold of that fish there for me, would you? One of you's get a net. This fish don't want to be landed, apparently. Open up. Open up, fish. He don't want to open his mouth. He don't want to have nothing to do with you people. He said, if you all don't bring a net, we just won't get him in. Oh, yes. Another good fish. Well, look at his back here. I don't know if you can see that mark there on his back. I think that's from probably scrapes from whatever he was wrapped up in down there. I have no idea what it was. Thankfully, come out though. Nice. It's taken a while, y'all. We've put in some time on the water. Let me see what time it is here now. Been on the water about 3 hours now. So, you know, do the math on that, a half a mile an hour. We've covered roughly 1.5 miles of this ledge and had some dead stretches, especially early on there. I was like, boy, I don't know if it's going to happen for us today. I was thinking maybe these fish, maybe they're on the beds and we're just not going to have a productive day. But we eventually covered enough water. We've ran into some and got the size of the bait. I feel like it's dialed in now to what it's going to take to catch them. So I'm going to drop another one down and keep making our way along. And, you know, if that fish right there, if he's got some friends, and, you know, oftentimes these blue cats, you'll find them, they'll be kind of schooled up like they travel along together. So you'll have those big long stretches where there's just nothing going on. It's just dead water. And then you get into them and you can really start just picking them off. So I'm pumped up, man. That's awesome. Let's get our next bait on there. Another small chunk. We're gonna toss it out, get ourselves turned around, get back on this ledge, and back off we go. We got the speed, we got the size of bait dialed in. We got the location dialed in. Let's try to pick off another one. That's a fish. Here we go again. Here we go again, y'all. It's been a little while. I turned around and went back down and come through this area again, just hoping there'd be some more fish, you know. I was hoping there'd be a big school or something, but we got another one here. It's been a little while, but we got another one. Let's see what we got here on this one. You know, another advantage to what we're doing today, we ain't hardly used no bait, y'all. For the number of fish we've caught, I'm on my second skipjack still. So, I mean, we've got a lot of fish. Using the smaller bait certainly helps your bait last longer, that's for sure. It's another good one right here. He's fun size. Oh, look at his face. Boy, this one's face is all messed up right here. Turn around the other way there, fish. We'll land him, then I'll show you. He's got something all over the side of his face, though. Somebody done jacked his jaw. Oh, come here. Oh, quit that fish. Oh, Lordy. Oh, goodness, he wasn't done. He still ain't done. Oh, man, I'm sopping wet now. Oh, you danged old fish. You come on up in here. Look at that mark on his face. The way he's acting, I can see why somebody jacked his jaw too. You ornery old fish, you smarted off the wrong person. I got water all over me, all over my sunglasses. He had it on the camera there. This fish, he done a number on us. There he is. So nice fish. Face is all messed up. I wonder if that's from spawning activity, possibly. Either way, it was a good time. I'm gonna get him out of here before he acts out again, though. He ought to be wore out after that show he put on right there. Yeah, man. Y'all, that's fun, buddy. I'm having a blast out here today, y'all. I mean, it's you know, what we're doing, folks, it's culturally speaking, I still got water all over my glasses. Take on fish. But, you know, culturally speaking, what I'm doing out here today, it don't fit in with modern day catfishing, right? Everybody today, they get in these boats, these big Sea Arc boats. They're 22, 24 foot long. They got the enclosures on them, 57 rod holders. That guy's out there, you know, running a river this wide, planer boards all the way across. That's modern day catfishing. And that'll certainly, I mean, the more rods you fish with, you're probably going to catch more fish, especially if you're on a school of them and whatnot. But I tell you, when I go fishing, for me, it's mostly about fun. Like, unless I'm in a tournament and I have to catch big fish in a certain time period, like, I want to just focus on having fun. I'll tell you, it don't get much more fun than what we've done today. And simple as can be, one fishing rod. We've used 2 skipjack to this point with the number of fish we got. And my setup here again, I mean, this is a damn paddleboard. Yes, that looks like a mess up there on the front because the way I've got all this on, but ideally, if I end up putting a graph on this kayak, I will. There's in the floor here, of course you can't see up under my seat, but there is a hole and there's a little cavity in there for mounting a transducer. So in theory, you run that wire from that transducer cavity up, and you could just wrap it around your seat here and then probably mount the head of the head unit there for the graph. Just mount it here in this area in the seat. I got a little rod holder on here right now, which I use when I'm ultralight fishing. I'll put my rod there while I'm unhooking fish and stuff. But you can take that off, put a ram ball on, and mount that graph there. So all my wires, battery, everything will be under the seat and kind of out of the way, out of sight, out of mind. But really, this setup, I wanted to keep it very lightweight, very simple, mainly for fishing the ocean. But, you know, this catfishing, this is what I do most of the year. And It's fun. It's really fun doing it in this platform. I'm having a damn good time, but enough of this. Let me get another bait on there. I'm gonna try to catch another fish or two. It's getting hot. We're at that point in the day now. It's a steam bath out here. I ain't gonna be fishing much longer, but I do wanna try to get one or two more fish before we go. Oh, he got it thin. He got it thin. Oh, all right, y'all, one more fish. I come back down through this area that we've been getting them. I'm gonna hit it one more time through here until I can get me one more to close out the day on. We've reached that point in the day, it's got hot out here, y'all. It's time to go to the house, go to the air conditioner. All right, let's get him up here. See what the last fish of the day is gonna be like. Oh, dinkity doodah blue. We started with a dink today, and we're gonna roll out of here with a dink today. What a good time though, man. It's been fun, y'all. I've had fun. I've been wanting to try to spend some more time here in this kayak outside of bait runs. I take it, oh fish, don't do that. I take this kayak on bait runs all the time. But I've been wanting to do some more catfishing in it and try to dial in a system that will work for me, accommodate the limitations of not being able to drill in to mount rod holders securely. And what we've done today, there he is, see you fish. What we have done out here today, y'all, has worked out. These rod holders, again, I wouldn't trust these to suspend fish with, especially even for a different rod holder with that base. Like them plastic gear tracks, I don't care what kayak you're on, what brand, I don't trust them. You will get them ripped off the kayak. But doing this method where we've got the line kind of going behind us, and as soon as the fish hits, I can grab the rod. No issues whatsoever, you know, no worries at all. So this has worked out today. Got several fish out here, got some good quality, especially for this time of year. When we get into the spawn, the better quality fish get harder to come by. So happy with some of the ones I got today, and of course the numbers too. So I'm going home happy today, y'all. But I am going home because I'm hot. It's time to get some lunch, get in the AC. I'll see y'all next time.